Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Saint Kotar. So in the last episode we did some more exploration around the town of Saint Kotar. We visited the local tavern whose owner sounded like a serial killer in the making, so he was charming. And then we went back to talk to Arsen again, which I really should have done after we checked what was inside his boat. And at first we thought there were children's remains, but no, there were actually remains of his parents, who were midgets, according to him. But anyway, he couldn't bury his parents to the local graveyard because he and his parents were banned from the church for whatever reason. He doesn't know that. And so he asked us to come and talk to the local priest, which we were planning to do anyway because we have an objective here to do that. Talk to the town's priest. Father Henri, the head of my monastery, gave me a strange task. Talk to the local priest of Kotar. There is no information about this town in the official Vatican archives. Maybe he's only curious, but I have a feeling the truth is far more complicated, as it usually tends to be in games like this. So, without further ado, let's go and talk to the priest and ask him that what gives. Henri, yeah, that was his name.
Father Henri?
Henry Istrator, and you are?
Benedict.
A fellow man of the cloth, certainly.
What gave me away?
Your aura. And of course, the tiny crosses on your sleeves. You were saying your name?
Benedict Dochnani.
Ah, Victoria's brother. We finally meet. What can I do for you, Brother Benedict?
Ah, so he knows about us. And our sister. So you met our sister?
You met my sister?
Did I meet her? Who knows? Do I know of her? Yes, as every person, crow, and rat in this town.
But how do you know we are relatives?
I have infinite power, and am highly respected. When word spreads, it reaches my ears first.
I have a theory of what happened here, but I'd like to know more so that I can solidify it. You know much. Maybe you can help me.
I'm here for you, brother.
Okay, well that's good to hear. What can you tell me about the mayor of Kotar? Well, I think that we can ask all of these questions, so let's start from the top.
What can you tell me about the mayor of Kotar?
Ranko Merzo, a lurid creature, far worse than his father ever was. Corrupt, full of sin, and unscrupulous. Gullible as well. He never saw his death coming, even though he knew he was chased by it. I was called to bless his soul before the funeral. Not going to. The very thought of it sickens me.
Okay, that's a bit harsh. Don't you believe in forgiveness and all that? Who was Ranko's father? Ranko was chased by death?
Ranko was chased by death?
Nermin, his brother, the worst of the Merzo family, worst of all men, an incarnation of evil. Although coming from a Catholic family, from the day of his birth it was clear there was something dreadfully wrong with him. I don't know him well, nobody does, but everyone knows about his deeds.
Chief Norden said he is a moon ghoul.
True, he is a Saboran. Some say even the current leader of their cult. He was once incarcerated in the asylum, but managed to escape. No one can find him anymore. I guess there is not enough will. It's not about the will to find Nermin. He's just a tiny shadow in a starless sky. People in this town dread things they cannot see or feel. The unknowable. They fear it because it is everywhere God is not.
Okay, you're talking about the moon ghouls now, right?
You're talking about the moon ghouls now, right?
That is just a name for the weak. Call them by their true name, the Saborans. The Saborans are not unknowable. They are an ancient tribe that glorifies death, diseases, and pain. Cannibals who cultivate morbid rituals as part of their religion. Sekvra.
Sekvra? I've heard that name before, somewhere.
You heard it because there was a book of the same name, the original copy of which was lost in the 15th century.
Yes, it all happened during the Valais witch trials.
Dark times fell upon that place because of the book. It vanished with its author, a witch by the name of Jadwiga Mazrak. You can see the Saborans are not a complete mystery. Things we cannot possibly understand are, my brother, the forces and entities this tribe worships. Only madness and death await those who manage to understand. It is what happened to Ivan Kotar, after all. Let's leave this subject. I cannot possibly recount centuries of their history in the reasonable time I have now. Maybe one day you'll be able to read the pamphlet I've written on them. Maybe.
Okay. Very interesting information. And who was Ranko's father?
Who was Ranko's father?
Fran Merzel. He and our former priest, Yakov, founded Marov Asylum.
I welcomed the decision, but not anymore. Things changed quickly, and the asylum mutated into the same thing it originally tried to uproot.
And what would that be?
Marov became an island of terror and death for the Catholic community, instead of being a shield that protects it. It was founded with the goal to heal the unfaithful ones, and more importantly, to identify, catch, and execute the Saborans. Now it's a place where our brothers and sisters go and never return from. Healthy individuals full of faith just vanish.
Fran had his share of sins, but he founded Marov with sincere intentions to help the town. Little did he know at the time the evil seeds he had planted.
Okay. Interesting. Tell me about the asylum's warden. That's stuck to Hatur, is it not? How come there's nothing in the Vatican's official archives about Svetý Kotar? A man that goes by the name Yakov Prenger. Was he a former priest of this church? Well, we ask all of this in due time, but first, about the asylum's warden.
Tell me about the asylum's warden.
Hatur.
Yeah.
As the head of the asylum, I know he is somehow involved in the conspiracy against the Catholics. I'm the only person in this town who openly criticizes him, the chief, and the mayor. In one way or another, they are all acting against God, and possibly fallen under the influence of the Saborans. What interests you about him?
My sister's husband went missing after visiting him at the lodge.
Nikolai. He was kidnapped. But I feel there is more you want to say.
Victoria met with Hatur last night. They talked, and I still can't understand what happened to her.
So I was right. This sheds new light on the warden and the tribe. Not so much on her.
You think my sister joined the tribe? The warden is meeting with the Saborans. A boy told me.
You think my sister joined the tribe?
I do, although I don't know how. Have you seen any changes in her lately?
That is a question for her husband. After our father disappeared, I went into monkhood. Since then, I barely see her.
When things start to look bad, some people think it's God's fault. Instead of showing him more love, they turn away from him. They don't realize it is only then, when they decide to forget him, that they start to wither their own souls. Sometimes they don't just wither, but rot. Rot until it is too late to get off the path that leads to hell.
The warden is meeting with the Saborans. A boy told me.
What boy?
Anton. He saw them meeting more than once.
Our protege. I knew he had been sneaking out, just couldn't prove it.
He saw Hatur taking Nikolai away to a locality called Klek.
I've never visited that hill, but everyone knows what that place is. The boy could be right.
Victoria abandoned God.
Victoria abandoned God. I can feel it in my heart. She did it. The same happens to our aunt. She abandoned God, turned her faith to strange beliefs, and experienced a dreadful death.
It doesn't matter what you feel and what I believe. You have to find the whole truth. It is your responsibility. Find your sister and the truth that is hiding with her. I would risk going to the stake if I had to choose whether she is guilty or not. This town has many possible sources of evil.
Where should I look for her? What other sources of evil?
What other sources of evil?
Everyone, including those who impose the so-called law. Everyone could be evil, even those who claim to be faithful. Keep your eyes open.
Keep your eyes open and don't trust anybody. Alright. So where should we try and look for Victoria?
Where should I look for her?
Begin with Klek. You might find her there with your brother-in-law, hopefully still alive.
Well, yeah, that was our plan, but we need a boat for that, and to get a boat, we need you to unban Arsen and his family. Is the option even here? How come there's nothing in the Vatican's official archives? What about your dispute with Arsen? There we go. But let's ask this first.
How come there's nothing in the Vatican's official archives about Sveti Kotar?
Because of Ivan Kotar. This town has an open dispute with the Vatican because of him. First, they sent emissaries to execute him. Then they denied the authorities to name this town in his honor. We did what was right, named him a patron saint. The Vatican is run by a mass of hypocrites.
It's the Holy See we are talking about here. There's nothing closer to God.
Nothing closer to God? Just because they said so centuries again? How can they ignore what Kotar did here? Maybe they are now aware of their own mistakes from the past, but have done absolutely nothing to mend them.
You cannot question their decisions. It's like questioning the Bible.
Brother, let's agree we don't agree and leave it there. We have other things to worry about right now.
I've never heard of a priest talking about the church in this way. Unacceptable. But this, along with other things I've learned until now, might be enough information for Father Imre.
Okay, so we can scratch that objective. Now, what about your dispute with Arsen?
What about your dispute with Arsen?
Where did you meet that fool?
He's my only chance to get across the lake, and...
You need his boat to get to Klek. So why didn't he give it to you? He doesn't need it. He's dying due to that vampire of his.
His what? His parents are inside the boat. Did you exhume them? But what vampire?
What vampire?
Didn't you talk to him?
Well, yeah.
I did.
And you didn't notice that hideous dark thing on his neck?
No.
That fool got himself a parasitic giant worm. A leech he named Hem.
That's disgusting. But what is the reason you banned him?
I'm telling you, it's Hem. That thing was born and found deep inside the Carcassa forest. It's evil.
Can't he just get rid of it?
Arsen believes Hem was sent to him from God. Can you believe it? He gave it a name and looks to it as his own child.
All right. I didn't notice anything like that from his portrait last time we talked. His parents are inside the boat. Did you exhume them?
His parents are inside the boat. Did you exhume them?
Of course I didn't. I ordered the gravekeeper to do it. Arsen and his family are not welcome here anymore. The man is not evil, merely a fool who let evil do upon him.
Well, okay. You can say that about Arsen, but what about his parents?
So what now? Anywhere else I could get a boat?
He is your only chance. And it seems like you are his only chance as well, if it's not too late.
What do you mean?
If he accepts to kill Hem, I promise I will think about reintegrating him and his family into our church again. But I need proof. I need to see Hem dead.
Jesus Christ, Father. How do you expect him to kill the thing he sees as his own child? You will just think about reintegrating him, or will you actually do it? Well, let's start with this.
How do you expect him to kill the thing he sees as his own child?
That is the tricky part. I already tried to persuade him. Now it's your turn. If you succeed, you will get what you want.
Alright. But the question is, will you actually do it if we do our part of the deal?
You will just think about reintegrating him, or you will do it?
I'll do it.
Alright, good.
Immediately after I give you a dead Hem.
I promise.
Alright. Go immediately to Arsen. Okay, so we can actually fast travel, I think. Continue the conversation with Henry, then walk through town to Arsen. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so a man that goes by the name Jakov Prenger. Have you seen him?
A man that goes by the name Jakov Prenger. Was he a former priest of this church?
He preceded me. Why?
I heard he went missing.
True. He was the warden of the asylum before Ranko became mayor. Then, one night, he just disappeared.
Any ideas what happened?
Any ideas what happened to him?
He was kidnapped by the Saborans and became their prey, the usual for this town. The new warden got him imprisoned because he knew too much? Or maybe that poor blind lady killed him because he couldn't love her the way she loved him. It's a mystery.
A mystery that we might be able to solve in this game, hopefully. Was he a good warden?
Was he a good warden?
Better than Hatur? Yes. Good? No. He was too soft and hesitant. We could have done so much more regarding the war against the Saborans.
Seems to me you're holding a grudge against him. Am I wrong?
Seems to me you're holding a grudge against him. Am I wrong?
We never liked each other. He was sent by the Vatican to take my place here. The Vatican, which for centuries never tried to contact anyone in this town, sends a man to take my seat? I could do nothing but step down. Yes, I hated him as much as I hate the Vatican. And I'm grateful to whoever made him disappear.
Well, at least you're honest. Excuse us.
Excuse me.
Of course.
So we are done with him. But, wait, I may actually have to walk all the way back to Arsen. I thought that we would be fast traveling there. Let's try this again. Okay.
Excuse me.
Of course.
Well, let's look around some more before we leave. Maybe we fast travel to Arsen once we leave the actual church. So whose corpse is this? Ivan Kotar's?
It's an embalmed priest. Decapitated.
Oh, okay.
His head is laying on a golden plate.
The Vatican declared him a traitor, an ally of the evil forces. Can you imagine that?
Okay, so that... Oh wait, Ivan Kotar was burned. Burned in a bonfire, I believe.
Strange. The sculpture of Jesus is not nailed to the cross, as it should be, but rather just tied up.
Okay. Interesting little detail. There's also the confessional. I don't think that he will let us open this door, but let's give it a try.
This door is off limits for you.
Okay, I thought so. How about the confessional? Can we go and confess our sins?
I have nothing to do in there. I'm sinless.
Well, of course you are. Of course you are. You are such a good boy. Okay, but now let's go back to Arsen. But the question is, are we gonna teleport there? No, apparently not. I guess we have to go there manually. There's a door here as well, but I don't see any reason to go there right now. And yeah, we don't have the object. We don't have the objective to talk to the local priest anymore. So that's done. I wonder what's over that way. And where does this lead? Don't know. But let's go back to Arsen and see if we can get that boat now. Oh wait, no. Yeah, of course not yet. It's not that easy. We have to convince him to kill that worm, Hem, I think he called it. We have to try and convince him to do that. And did the priest say that the Hem, the worm, is living inside his fat neck? I did notice that his neck was very fat, but yeah. If only you could teleport or fast travel. Alright, we are back here. Okay. Let's try it. Let's try and convince Arsen to kill him. Excuse me.
It's me again.
I talked to Henri about the dispute.
I talked to Henri about the dispute.
And? Is he going to remove the ban?
What is the reason he banned you in the first place?
I don't know.
Could you please step outside so I can see you better?
No. It's safer in here.
May I come in then?
You are not family.
Okay. Ah, I can see now. I can see it now. I think that's the worm. Looks like an overgrown eel. Oh, but maybe not. Sorry, not eel. What's the word? Oh, actually no, it is eel. I think the eel is the right word. So yeah, looks like a overgrown eel. Or one of those worms that suck blood. I don't remember what you call them. Step outside, please. Henri is willing to unban you. Well, step outside, please.
Step outside, please.
We talked before and you didn't ask me that. Why is it so important now?
Henri gave me something for you. I want to see you under the light while giving it to you.
Henri is willing to unban you?
Henri is willing to unban you.
Is he? Really?
Yes. I will tell you all about our conversation, but you have to come outside.
I don't see the point, but if it's going to save my family... Now, what do you have to show me?
God, that leech thing on his neck is hideous.
Ah, leech. That was the word that I was looking for. Yeah, it looks like an overgrown leech.
That is Hem. I never imagined a leech could get so big. Henri was right. The vampire thing is sucking the life out of this poor, naive man. I have to persuade him to give it to me.
Okay, well, let's try.
Arsen, we have to talk about your child.
You stay away from him. Is this why you wanted me out here? Stay away.
Calm down. I'm not going to do anything to him. I promise.
What do you want then?
Where did you find him? How's your health? Well, where did you find him?
Where did you find him?
I didn't find him. He found me. Years ago, I helped a young detective with a case he was working on. He then showed gratitude by giving me a bucket full of leeches. And there he was. My little Hem. I'm so proud of him. He has grown much since that day. God bless that detective.
Okay. What a weird thing to give someone. I don't know, do fishermen use leeches as bait occasionally? I don't know. It was Detective Mostov, the one with the deformed head.
It was Detective Mostov?
I believe that was his name. Martin. Why?
Just curious. How did you help him?
We went on a tour of the lake. I showed him some places, but he was mostly interested in the island of the asylum.
Did he say why he was interested in the island?
Something about a runaway. I don't know.
Okay. Henry told me Hem was born in the Carcassa forest.
Henry told me Hem was born in the Carcassa forest.
That doesn't mean he is evil. Henry thinks anything that grows or lives in that forest must be tainted.
And so out of all the leeches you had, you picked the exact one that became Hem.
He picked me. He crawled his way out of the bucket, moved onto my left hand, and then all the way up to my neck, his favorite spot, where he sleeps and eats.
Well, how's your health?
How's your health?
Are you a doctor now?
I've noticed you have trouble breathing, and your skin has no color. Have you had this problem for a long time?
I don't know what you are talking about. I feel fine.
Didn't you say before you are too weak to board the boat?
The love of my child gives me strength and positivity, but I would feel better if I was allowed to attend masses again. And if my house would be blessed as it was before the ban.
I have an idea how we can solve your dispute with Henry.
I have an idea how we can solve your dispute with Henry.
I'm listening.
You have to give me Hem.
What? Forget it! Stay away!
Remember, I'm in the service of God. You have my word, I won't hurt your child. This is the only way to get you absolved, but I need guidance from you. Couldn't we just get another leech, kill that, and show that to Henry, and fool him in that way? Well, let's try with the first option.
Remember, I'm in the service of God. You have my word, I won't hurt your child.
He will die without my blood!
No, he won't, and you know that. How long do you think he can live without you? And be honest with me, it's your family at stake here.
Maybe just for one night.
Alright.
This is the only way to get you absolved, but I need guidance from you.
What guidance?
And you have to keep our little secret to yourself.
I don't like this.
The plan is to find a leech similar to your Hem. Yeah, I thought so.
The plan is to find a leech similar to your Hem. For that to work, I'd need your guidance. Where can I find one?
Why do you need Hem then?
So I can compare him to his potential clone. Henry seems like a clever man, and surely he remembers Hem's appearance very well.
My dear child in the hands of a stranger. I can't do this.
Do you want to live? As soon as I find his double, I will return Hem safely to you. Well, you do want to live, right?
Do you want to live?
If I die, Hem dies. I cannot let that happen.
As soon as I find his double, I will return Hem safely to you.
And then what?
I will bring the double to Henry, claiming it's Hem. All you will have to do from then on is hide Hem when you are near Henry.
You intend to lie to a man of God?
It's for a greater good. God will understand.
Your proposal seems like the only way out of this situation. My dear child, please forgive me. Do not fret. We'll meet again soon. Go now, in the hands of this monk. Farewell. I'll wait for you here. The house is lonely without you.
Alright, don't be sad. You did what had to be done. Where can I find his double?
Don't be sad. You did what had to be done.
God bless him.
So where can we find more leeches?
Where can I find his double?
I've never been inside the forest, but Ida told me once she found a place full of leeches. I believe it's where the detective found him. You must go through the wall of crosses and turn left at the crossroads. His brothers and sisters should be there, where Holly meets Hannah.
Hannah is the river?
It is. Keep him safe and get him back as soon as possible.
I will.
Let me say it again. Beware of the forest. It's easy to get lost in that malignant place.
What should I do now? Should I kill him, or find his double and kill it instead? Whatever I decide, God will understand. Dark times require immoral acts.
Okay, so we have a choice here. We could actually kill him and bring him to Father Henri, or we could go and find the actual double and then bring that to Henry instead, and then bring him back to Arsen.
Excuse me.
Well, we have made a promise to Arsen, and we have to honor that, right? I mean, we are a priest after all. Our word must be worth something. But now, so he mentioned that Ida could know that where to find more of these leeches. And also Wall of Crosses. Haven't we been there before? Wall of Crosses. Where was that? Or have we never seen it before yet? Well, let's go and talk to Ida first. Maybe she can give us some better directions.
Madam?
Hello.
Oh, okay, we don't have any new dialogue options here.
Excuse me.
Sure.
So I guess we can't ask her. So there's a little pucker.
Hem. Disgusting, slithery thing.
Should we just go to the forest? Well, I guess we could do that. Oh wait, but we don't have a lamp anymore. We lost it, didn't we? Yeah, we lost the lamp. But maybe we can go and pick it up again?
I'm not going back in there.
Oh, okay, so we don't go that way. Okay. He also mentioned the place where there... Was it the river and the lake where they connect? So, Well, let's go and follow the shore of the lake then, I suppose. This way should take us back to the lodge. Yes. And this takes us to the pier. I wonder if Anton is still there. Maybe we could ask him. Oh, there he is. Can we could go back there as well, to the secret passageway. Okay, no new options.
Excuse me.
Okay, so we can't... There's no point to go back inside the lodge through the secret passageway, at least not yet. And we still won't go there, I take it.
Those shrubs look poisonous. I'm staying away from it.
Okay, let's take out the map. Alright, so Arsen's house is on this small island here. And, if we go over here, there's a river here. And also here as well, but maybe we can get here somehow. So let's go Let's go back to Arsen's place real quick.
Which path should I take?
Alright, can we go further here? Apparently not. Okay, let's go and talk to Arsen again and ask for the directions again. Go there. Never mind, we can't even ask them again.
Excuse me.
Well, shit. Okay. Where does this take us? Oh, it takes us back to the lodge, okay.
Which path should I take?
To the forest now. And we were here. Or we explored this area last time. But we couldn't see any leeches anywhere. Maybe they have appeared now.
I think this is the place Arsen told me about.
Ah.
It's swarming with leeches. How
There
am I
we
going
go.
to find one similar enough to hem? They all look the same. Right. By concentrating only on the biggest ones.
Yeah. Shouldn't be that hard. Alright. There's quite a few individual leeches here.
No, too thin.
Alright.
Looks similar enough, but maybe I should look at others before choosing.
Yeah, let's do that, just in case. In case we find someone who looks more similar. Maybe even bigger.
It has a nasty scar. This is not the one. I don't know. Something is off with this one. Hideous. It's laying eggs right now.
Yeah. You.
The size fits. This is the one. No need to search further.
Alright. We pick up that one. Now, I wonder, can we tell the difference? Hem and leech. Okay, so we can tell the difference. Alright. I wonder if we could fool Arsen by giving him the wrong leech. But I don't think we can. I think he can recognize the fake one. But now, let's go and give him hem back. We still can't talk to him, okay.
Excuse me.
I guess we have to go to Father Henri first and give him the fake leech. Alright, we are back, Father Henri. Wait, what?
Excuse me.
Of course.
Oh, I guess we just have to give it to him. I guess we could have done the same thing to Arsen, but anyway, here's your leech.
He doesn't want this thing alive. Only dead.
Oh, yeah, right. Of course he doesn't want it alive. Well, luckily we have this cleaver that we picked up from the tavern.
I should probably try something else.
What? Why? Just use a damn cleaver.
I should probably try something else.
Well, goddammit. Crucifix?
Evil! Meet this weapon of faith! It's dead. I should give it to Henri now.
Ah, okay. Of course we had to use the crucifix here because, you know, vampires. Here.
Hem is dead.
Proof?
Stabbed to death.
Are you sure this is him?
Arsen killed it in front of my eyes.
How did you manage to persuade that old fool?
Does it really matter now? It's done. The thing is rotting in hell.
Right. I have no reason to doubt the word of a fellow man of the cloth. You can go tell Arsen I will come to visit him soon. His house needs to be blessed.
Alright. I will. God bless you.
I will. God bless you.
Take the boat. Row towards the truth, brother. I'll keep you in my prayers and hope we'll meet again soon.
Alright. Now let's go immediately to Arsen. There we go. That's the kind of fast traveling that I like to see. Alright. And oh. And here's your hem back. Now keep it well hidden from Henri. Alright.
It's done. I gave Henri a dead leech from the forest. Here, take him back.
My child! Oh, how I've missed him. God bless you.
You are no longer banned from the church.
You are no longer banned from the church. Henri said he'll come by soon to bless your house.
Wonderful news. I am so grateful, stranger.
Don't forget to hide Hem from Henri and other people. You'll get yourself expelled again if you don't.
I already have an idea where I'll keep him safe. You did your part. No need to worry about me. And I did my part too. I moved my parents out of the boat and into my house. Just temporarily. Until I can move them back to their grave. Take the boat now.
How can I find Klek?
Get to the other side and then follow the shore. Once you get there, you'll know it. You really can't miss the 3 white fingers.
Alright, nice. Well, let's go and use the boat right away.
The boat is here, but they left. It might be too late, but I have to try. I have to get on top of that hill. God help me. Now more than ever.
Okay, so those are the 3 fingers.
The dreaded Klek, with its 3 finger-like rocks. Ominous. It looks like a portal to the underworld.
Maybe it is. Maybe it is. Oh, there's another boat here, okay. Couldn't quite see it at first. Alright, and anything new here? Not really, no. Rescue Nikolai. I'm now on the other side of Lake Hali. I still need Nikolai. I need to locate and rescue him to safety. God help me. God help us indeed. But we are gonna save this rescue mission for the next episode. So I'm gonna end this one here. So, yeah, in the next episode, let's go and climb up to that hill to Klek, where those 3 fingers are. So, until then, thank you for watching once again, and see you next time for more Saint Kotar.